sit here and review it, and we give it a score out of 10, and we just talk about what we enjoyed or what we disliked about it on the way. So I don't know how long this video gonna be, because this I'm telling you about my latest addiction. Like this could go for hours. Like I could talk about this game for years, but I would try to keep it as brief as possible. So I don't know if you need to grab a bag of chips or something real quick, because without further ado, I want to talk about Final Fantasy 14 Online, man. Final Fantasy Online was already a thing. We're gonna call it Final Fantasy 1.0. What everyone plays is Final Fantasy 2.0. You can no longer play Final Fantasy 1.0 because it got blew up with a big meteor. That was a business decision, and they incorporated that business decision in the story so good, and it literally, like, it's a part of the story, like the Warrior of Lights and shit. That's the people from the old game. It's just crazy. Like, how did they manage to turn a business decision into like actual story? It's so cool. Like the dude that saved everybody from the meteor, their grandson. I always wanted a game to play, like an ongoing game, an online MMO game that's good. Like I've tried Elder Scrolls Online for a minute, and it was alright. I got pretty far, but it was just like, it wasn't hooking me. It wasn't, maybe I didn't get to where the part where I needed to go where I'm just like hooked, but Elder Scrolls Online wasn't doing it for me. I tried, I think it was Black Desert. I didn't like that either. I've been trying. What's that new one that just came out? Neo 2? Neo 2. PSO2. I tried PSO2. I wasn't feeling that either. It's just like, man, I just want a good MMO game to play that I can just lose myself in, sink countless hours in, just be fully immersed in the experience, and just like, that's just something I wanted. Something that had me by the nuts. I wanted something to just have me and I just couldn't escape. And I found it. I found a game that just, I can't stop playing it. It's like a part of my routine now in 2021, and it's very accessible. If you want to start now, it's no problem. I literally started, let's say, I think I started 2 or 3 months ago, and I got almost, I'm gonna say six or 5 classes almost to max level. So you can definitely start and you can go definitely hop in. And I'm finally to Heaven's Ward. But this particular video, we're going to be talking about A Realm Reborn and post A Realm Reborn, because there's 100 quests, around 100 quests right after you beat A Realm Reborn. That's in the middle between A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Ward. Heaven's Ward is amazing. I can't wait to finish that so I can make another review on Heaven's Ward. But this video is just going to be A Realm Reborn and post A Realm Reborn. So one day, I'm just like, man, I just really need that good RPG experience and something that got good story. And I just always on Twitter, I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I always see this YouTuber named Afro Sinju. Shout out to Afro Sinju. He's just like, and me and Afro Sinju got a lot of similar taste in games. So when he's constantly tweeting shit like, damn, I'm addicted to Final Fantasy 14. I'm addicted to Final Fantasy 14. I can't drop Final Fantasy 14. I'm gonna be a YouTuber again when Final Fantasy 14. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, dang, he stopped uploading for this game. I'm like, all right, this is probably the only MMO I have not tried for real, and it's because, you know, the paid subscription. But then I found out that it does have a pretty good free trial. So if you didn't like it after that, you don't got to keep playing or keep paying for it. So, and obviously I'm making this video here now, so we know how that went. I'm just like, okay, so he's talking about this, I'm gonna give it a try. So I go in there, get the free trial, and automatically boot up the game. I'm greeted with a Skyrim scene as usual, riding in a carriage, and little did I know they're talking about stuff that actually like matters and going on in the world. I'm just like Skyrim. I don't know. Look, now that I had to rewatch it again, I was seeing like, wow, they was literally talking about stuff that was going on in the story that I had no idea about. They over here talking about beast tribes and stuff. Like, what is this? What is Beastman? I don't know. But they threw us in the world. We got to the first city. I chose Gladiator. I started off with a Gladiator, so I can, you know, I'm a weeb. I got to go with the Samurai class. So I had to pick Gladiator in order to get my Disciple of War up to level 50. Then I could evolve into the Samurai class. I was met with the first city of Ul'dah. That city is a maze. That truly tested my physical psyche, my mental psyche as a gamer. Like, that navigation when you first start off, I'm not gonna lie to you, that navigation is some crazy ass shit. Now, you gonna have a hard time locating where a lot of stuff is in that game, but it does, like, once you get used to like how stuff works, It's real easy how navigating through everything, especially with the aetheryte crystals. But I was just running everywhere of like I didn't know. But I'm glad I did watch a tips and trick video, and the only reason I think that's the only reason I survived any of that is because I know that the meteor is main story quest, and the plus with the little the Q and the plus is also important. But the regular Q quests are just side quests that you can do for money and stuff like that. But I'm glad I watched that video. If I didn't watch that, I probably would. I don't know where I would be today. But I started doing the main story quest. I met with the best character in the game, Momo D, best advisor. Got me right through my first adventure in the Adventurers Guild, man. Also, that's just the story around there wasn't all that crazy. It was just, you know, tutorial walking you through the game, doing your first mission here, go there, do this for this person, do that for that person. It's pretty good. So I was just trying to level up. Where we get to the Still Forest, that's when it started hooking me. When you get to that Still Forest, so all that part up there, but it's just been a magical game. As soon as I like got my first quest and walked outside into the open world, I kid you not, this is just me, a regular like level 5 ass nigga. Somebody come flying in from a Pegasus above. I'm just over here trying to go to my quest designate. I'm trying to go to my quest destination, and someone comes flying in from like a big ass Pegasus, and then opens like this trade menu with me. I'm like, what is he doing? I literally have no items. I'm like, here, you want some marmot meat? You want some marmot steak? And then he gives me like this cool like little minion that follows behind me. I'm just like, wow, a random player just flew up out of the sky and just gave me something and flew off into the sunset. I'm just like, what is this game? What am I playing? I'm like, this is literally the game I've always been like one. Like, it's like the story is great. Open, it's not open world, but it's open instance, so you can go into all the different instances, but very open, very vast instances as well. The Sylph Forest, and that's when I really started noticing the story. It's like starting to pick up, like stuff is happening. People, beastmen summoning primals and stuff for whatever reason. I have no clue. I still was trying to struggle like what exactly a primal was. I'm like, so basically you got these tribes and they summon their god, and that's a primal. And we're primal slayers. We got to slay the primals. We're the scions of the seven downs. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm gonna try to keep this spoiler free. I'll try to keep this spoiler free, but hey, yeah, that's not a spoiler. But there's a lot of stuff going on around that time, and I remember just what really got me just involved in the story as I was just trying to return my quest like usual, and I was paying attention to the story. At this time, I'm fully invested in the story. I'm reading every single text bubble, and I'm going in just to return my quest to Menphilia, bro. And I'm pretty sure you know what happens next. Everything changed. I'm just like, what happened? What happened? I leave for 2 seconds. That's when I was hooked. I'm like, when I returned to the Walking Sands, I'm like, okay, yeah, this game story, I got an MMO with some good gameplay, good story, and it's just, I don't know, I never thought I can see why it gets all the hype. It literally deserves every single hype it gets because it's so good, and the player base is so friendly. Like, I literally joined a guild. Another thing, literally walking, random person walk up to me. We did a fate together. It's these random open world events called fates, and you do that to level up. Every time you see a fate, do it, because it will help you level up so much. We completed a fate. I died. He revived me. He's like, hey man, how long you been playing? He saw the sprout on my head. I'm like, hey, I just started. I'm enjoying it. And he's like, hey, you should really join my free company. And that's like another version of a guild. That's a guild version in that game. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna join the free company. And they got me right with a house. They got me right with it's just, look, this game is very accessible to new players. And if you don't got a guild, man, hey, I'm welcome. Well, I'm not the leader, but I bring it up to the Hokage, let them know, like, hey man, we got some new people trying to do it. But yeah, you definitely gonna need a free company if you're trying to play, because I know the residential areas in this game is very hard, and like trying to get one, because like you really got to get a house, and other players buy those houses, so it's like full, so you gotta wait. But if you join a free company, everybody share that one like base. From that point on, I was truly hooked. It became a part of my daily routine. I signed on and played a game. If it was even a sign of one maintenance, I'd just be in distress. Like, no, why are you maintenance? And I need to play. I need it. I watched a video that said, don't play this game because of how addicting it is, and it's true. Like, once you get the stuff down packed and you know what you're doing, it is crazy. And I will be uploading some gameplay on this too, so don't we already know. We're gonna stream it, we're gonna do it. I probably wanna do something on Twitch, but I am gonna upload some gameplay just so y'all can see how it look as well, and see if y'all wanna pick it up, hop on with me as well. And but as we keep further going on in the story, it's just picking up. We're finding out all these different plot twists, and I'm trying to keep this as spoiler heavy as possible. I wish I could tell you, because it really affects my review, this shit that happens. But I know if y'all want to check this out, it's really worth it. And I don't want to spoil that for y'all, but a lot of stuff going down. And then all the dungeons, you do a lot of good dungeons, raids. Like the dungeons that's a part of the story are great. That is where the game shines, I believe. That is the most fun content I've played in any MMO. Beware of healers, man. If you're a Sprout, if you stand in AoE, they will not heal your ass at all. You like you're done for it. They like, oh, this nigga don't know what he's doing. Get this out of here. We're not healing him. Like you're on your own. If you stand like it's like I said, it is accessible to new players. But if you stand in AoE, like healers would just like they eyes start twitching. They won't heal you, bro. Like don't do that. Don't step into that territory. I'm warning you now. I already stepped into that territory, and I'm just like, damn, why am I the only one dead? It's because the healer is healing everybody else, and I'm standing in the AoE. I didn't know at the time. I'm like, oh yeah, he can buy. I could sit here and talk about all the cool features for all day, but let's get back on track with the story and give it what we review with the story, man. I just also want y'all to get this game a try, so I had to give y'all a little rundown of everything. But we here to review the story, so I'm getting close, because basically where all that Sylph stuff happening is like right in the middle, and when shit happening, you go in all these dungeons to rock the castrum and shit. Gaius, honestly, hands down, my favorite bad guy so far. Like he was spitting facts. He had just talked for years and years and years, and he just don't care. He'd just be spitting the realest facts, and the story ties in so good. Like what his thing is, I think he was upset, or somebody was obsessed with Meteor. And people say A Realm Reborn is not the best, and I honestly can't see that now that I'm at Heaven's Ward, but I like it holds a special place in my heart, because that would really hook me on to this. Because I've always been into the MMO genre, but this, like right here, like this is the best one I've ever played, hands down, and I'm going to be playing it for the years to come. So far, based off A Realm Reborn alone and Post A Realm Reborn, because Post A Realm Reborn is real good too. Basically, you just fighting a bunch of primals, and that's where I really learned where primals and what primals are and what they do. So I'm glad they had that little segment, because all through the first A Realm Reborn, I'm like, whoa, what are primals? What am I doing? But Post A Realm Reborn like explained all of that, and like how are they getting trumps, like summoned Aetherites. Like they went into grave detail on like the world and the lore. Don't sleep on Post A Realm Reborn. I think I enjoyed Post A Realm Reborn a little tiny bit more if it didn't have Gaius in it. Like Gaius was the saving point for regular A Realm Reborn, because that's honestly favorite villain. He was so cool to me. Gaius fan Balthazar, I think, has honestly been the best MMO experience I've ever experienced. And it's honestly thanks to Afro Sentry, because I honestly don't think I would play this game if I didn't see him talk so much good things about it. And I'm glad I sat down and gave it a try. But honestly, it took over my life too. At this time of this recording, I've probably synced in. The last time I checked, it was at 210 within 2 to 3 months. And I haven't played a game like that. Like I platinum Ghost of Tsushima in less time than that. So I don't know how that I synced that much time into this game. Is so crazy. I would give Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn and Post A Realm Reborn lumped in together in one package. The final score of this stew review. And let me know if it's some stuff you think I missed in the comments too. Some stuff that you think cool about the game. If you also tried the game as well, let me know how y'all think in the comments. I gotta really think about this, because I'm on Heaven's Ward. I did not finish Heaven Ward, but I know for a fact so far that Heaven's Ward is looking to be a tiny, like I don't know about a tiny, but it's looking to be better than A Realm Reborn. Oh, I love the Realm Reborn though. So let's see. I give it A Realm Reborn an 8 out of 10. And that's only because where I'm at now. Where I'm at now, this next review video I'm gonna make for Heaven's Ward, crazy. But just based off where I'm at right now and already having completed A Realm Reborn and Post A Realm Reborn, considering where I'm at now, I say it's at a perfect 8. because it was so good. I really enjoyed A Realm Reborn. Some of the best songs I think came from A Realm Reborn so far. I will never forget A Realm Reborn. That shit is your first journey. So well, unless you played 1.0, but that's your first journey. You always gonna have a special place for A Realm Reborn. I think it's great. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want more Stu review, you know what to do. Like this video, comment down below, and also be on the lookout for that giveaway, because you know we got more giveaways coming up. If you're looking for a good ongoing game to keep you entertained, man, I would recommend testing this out 100%. 8 out of 10. Don't let the yanderes get you. Thank you for watching this video.
Break it out, diving deep like all the sea.